In this video, I'll quickly show you how to pull PyData into MATLAB. Here I'm looking at the data that's stored in my Pi system. My data is organized in PyAF. There's a server called TrumpPy and a database called PyBigTires 2015. I browse through the element tree to find the element of interest, and then I can choose an attribute or two just to inspect the data that's already in the Pi system. So here, I'll trim the data for mold temperature. And you can see that I'm looking at data for the past 2 hours. And this is the mold temperature for Houston Press 01. I may wish to look at the same data in MATLAB. To pull this data into MATLAB, I'll use the Pi to MATLAB utility. I'll launch the utility, and this will load both a MATLAB application and also an instance of the utility. So here we can see the MATLAB instance is open, and this is the Pi system to MATLAB utility. I select the AF server, which is correct, it's TrumpPy, and then the database of interest, which in this case is PyBigTires 2015. And I was looking at the data for Houston Press 01. You can select in this window which data items to bring into MATLAB. Just to show you that it's possible, I'll go ahead and bring in all the data. All of the attributes are selected. And then I'm able to specify a start and end time for the data import. We're going to stick with the past 2 hours. Hit export to MATLAB. And you see that the data is brought into the workspace. We can plot the data using the MATLAB function. And for each data item, we also have the time. So here we can see that this data plot has about the same trend. And it looks like it's the same data as what we were looking at before. The time axis may be a little bit difficult to interpret. So what we can do is convert the time axis to date time using a function that's built into MATLAB called dateTick. I'd like to put the dateTick on the x-axis in the format that I would like is the one that I'm specifying here. And now we can check and see that the plot is showing the time axis that I've selected. We can compare that to the data that we looked at in System Explorer, and we can see that we're looking at the same data. And so that's it. That's how you can quickly use this utility to pull your data from Pi into MATLAB.